Hey everyone, thanks for listening to the Grow Your Life podcast. My name is Jeremiah Krakowski, and this podcast is where we help coaches, trainers, and mentors grow in their business, make more money online, giving you the strategies, tips, and tricks that you need to create the business that you want. Now, we're in episode number 215. We've been doing this podcast now since, I think we started back in 2019. And you can go back and listen through the episodes. This podcast, again, isn't intended to be listened through sequentially. Each episode is its own lesson. Now, today I want to talk about Facebook ads and what's working with Facebook ads and how we're using ChatGPT to help us with our advertising campaigns. Okay? So I've done a number of presentations, a number of Zoom calls, a number of trainings on how to do this, but I wanted to just kind of break it down for you in a succinct just the meat and potatoes way with this podcast episode. If you only got 20, 30 minutes and you want to get up to speed on what's working right now, that's what this is going to help you with. So if you have not been a part of some of the live events that we have been doing, we do live events every single month. And what are live events? Well, like we just did one on Saturday, growing your group coaching business with paid advertising. Incredible experience. Highly recommend next time we do something like this for you to join us. As well, we're doing a 5-day event here coming up this week, May 8th through the 12th. And so if you haven't registered yet for that, make sure to join that. If it's past the time of one of these 5-day events, one of these live events that we're doing, this is the best way to interact with us beyond this podcast because it is more interactive. And it gives you a chance to actually ask questions and get your unique problems solved. Beyond that, we have our coaching programs, our group coaching program, the Client Growth Accelerator. Make sure that you get on the waiting list for that. That's the premier top coaching program specifically for mentors, speakers, and coaches that want to make 6 and 7 figures online. And so you can join the waiting list to that. Now, if you haven't yet, be sure to go grab my ChatGPT prompt download. This download is over at my website, and I have it at the top of my site here just because it's so valuable to people, so valuable for you to grab onto. It's a Google Doc, and when you go, just put in your name and email address over on my website, it's going to give you access to a Google Doc that I call it a living document because I'm constantly updating the same document. It's my working document that I use in my business to keep track of all the prompts that we're using with ChatGPT that's working the best for us. And so it's 36 pages long. And we use this for all of our sales copywriting, for all of our sales letters, and for all of our Facebook advertising as we're using ChatGPT and we're using these artificial intelligence engines now that are out there to be able to write all of our sales copy. We have a methodology that injects the right emotion into it and connects with exactly what's going to convert well to a client. One of the number one things that people are missing when they create a sales letter, when they run Facebook ads, is they're not communicating the result or outcome clearly. And the ability to communicate outcomes and results for your potential client, okay? In the macro, we as people don't want to become too attached to outcomes, things like that. And I teach about that, learning to let go of our attachment to how we envision things. But when you're selling something, you want to sell with a direct attachment to the outcome that you're promising somebody. And so the biggest mistake that I see most coaches, mentors, and trainers make is they beat around the bush around what the outcome and the potential outcome is that people have or want. And so this series of prompts right here, and if you're listening to this, the video version on YouTube, I'd highly recommend checking out the video version because you can actually see it on the screen. This series of prompts right here, step 1 says, what is the ultimate outcome of somebody who works with the coach? And these are prompts that we're actually going to give to ChatGPT based off of whatever sales letter that we create. So a lot of people ask me, Jeremiah, how do you target your Facebook ads the right way? Well, Facebook has changed everything now in the last couple of years with iOS 14, when they went to Congress, when just all the changes with artificial intelligence has changed how they target your ads. And so now you used to get really, really specific with your targeting, and we would do a lot of research to do that. Now, the best way to do it is you go really broad, but you get real specific with your ad copy and with your language, with the exact words to the type of person that you want to help and the outcome they can experience, okay? And so this is why I tell all coaches, all trainers, all mentors, all roads start with your offer copy. Don't even worry about figuring out the technology, figuring out how to read reports, how to make everything work perfectly, all of that, until you have your offer copy dialed in. And now, with tools like ChatGPT, and there's other tools out there, we're taking a look at. There's one we're starting to play around with in our group called Open Assistant from Hugging Face. Open Assistant is a completely open source version of what ChatGPT is, and it gives you access to so ChatGPT is like a commercial, you got to pay for it. Open Assistant is completely open source, which is super cool. So AI is just changing the landscape of how we communicate our products, how we communicate the value that we bring to our customers. And what it is there was a lot of thinking that was involved that you had to intuitively understand. I fully believe that you need to bring intuition into every single part of your marketing, every single part of your sales process. But when you can use a tool like ChatGPT or Open Assistant, I would recommend still using GPT-4 for right now. When you can use a tool like that to help you come up with ideas for your business very specifically, it unlocks you to where previously you used to have to spend a lot of time getting to about 80% of the way to the finish line. Now the AI helps you get here. So with AI Assistant, we're able to get to about 80% of the finish line and then use our intuition to get us to 100. Back in the day, we used to have to basically use our intuition to get us all the way to 100, from 20 to 100, okay? And that's how clearly we express what we do with a client. If you are a coach, if you're a mentor, if you're a speaker, if you're a trainer, what is the problem that you solve for a client? What pain points do they have? What struggles do they have? What desires do they have? And what is the end result outcome? And so if we go into ChatGPT, and let's just take any topic right here. Let's just say that you do a online yoga and fitness coaching, okay? I always start with asking ChatGPT, create me a sales letter for online yoga and fitness coaching to promote a free 4-week class. Transform your life with our 4-week online yoga, fitness, and coaching class. Now, here's the thing, is you don't want to, and this is very important that I stress this, you don't want to just use the language that ChatGPT gives you right out of the box. It's not going to work well for you if you treat it as law, as this is the final language I need to use. That's not smart to do at all, because it lacks the human touch. You need to bring a lot of the humanity into it, and we have these prompts help us bring that humanity into it. And when you don't have the result or outcome clearly expressed, you're missing 90% of that process. So we have a couple of prompts right here to list out the pain points and all of that. And so we'll just go through here and we will enter some of this in. And every time you might be saying, what does any of this have to do with Facebook ads? It has everything to do with Facebook ads. It has everything to do with Facebook ads, because your targeting in your Facebook ad and your ability to close the right sales with the right prospect have to do with the words that you put on the page. The algorithm now with the ads manager reads the actual words that are on your landing page. They're actually taking the text that's on your page, this written text, and the text that's written in your ad and the words that you're saying on your video ads and deciding who to show your ad to based on those words now. Okay? And so when we understand that, your targeting has to do with getting these words right. And most coaches, trainers, and mentors, they know what they do. They do a very poor job of expressing what the end result outcome is and connecting emotionally to what actually triggers people to take action with them. Okay? So your job is you want to, from your ad, trigger somebody to take action with you and be able to identify that you understand what their pain is, what their struggle is, and what their ultimate outcome that they want is. So what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll have ChatGPT, I call it processing some of these answers right here, what's going to give us some of the pain points. But that's just going to get us a little bit of the way to the finish line. The results and outcome generator is what takes things to the next level. There's also the Epiphany Bridge prompt. If you haven't ran it through an Epiphany Bridge prompt, I will go through and do this as well usually. Okay? So I'll type this in, identify the main problem solved, the solution and outcome. And so this is going to actually help us get to about 40% of the way there. Then we'll use the results generator to get about 70%. And then we'll recraft that into what I call a storytelling, empathy-based sales letter. And then we restructure that into a Facebook ad. And that becomes the best Facebook ads for us. So this process is what we're doing is we're taking the idea of what we do as a coach, as a mentor, online yoga, fitness coaching. Whatever your thing is that you do, I always have it start with making just a baseline basic sales letter. And then I have it start to answer these questions. What are the pain points? Have it run through the Epiphany Bridge. It creates like sort of a fake backstory of what somebody experiences. And then we go through and we use the outcome results generator to create a fictional narrative. And it's a two-step process. You do step 1, and then you do step 2 to dive deeper. And then we reverse engineer that back into our sales letter. So the idea is you want a clear picture, and in sales and marketing, the ability to demonstrate to people a clear picture of the outcome that they will experience is what allows you to sell to people. When people can feel the energy of what it's like to work with you as a client, when they can feel what it's like to have purchased what you're selling, when they experience inside of their being what it's like, you've done a good job of selling. Now, how do you do that? Well, you have to actually understand what their end dreams are, and then you sell the dream back to the person. Okay, so ChatGPT is essentially we're generating a possible dream of somebody who would join a 4-week online yoga program. And this is where it starts to get really good, is this step 2 of the outcome generator. I wish there was a way to just do this all in one prompt, but it takes a little bit of processing. Notice it took us about 10 minutes. This used to take us an hour and a half to do about a year ago. And now it takes us 10 minutes, which is really cool. And so this is the process that we use for all of our sales letters, for all of our sales copy, for all of our ads, is going through and entering these types of questions in. So this is what I love. She found, this is just the faux, fake, generated fictional story of somebody who went through this training. She had the confidence to join a marathon, motivated to continue setting new fitness goals, led to job increase, more family time. She was more present, more attentive, stronger emotional connections. She created a better support network. So you see what I'm saying? And ultimately, if we think about that is a very great representation of what somebody can experience when they join something like a fitness coaching or something like that. Is it's ultimately that life experience. You're never going to successfully sell anybody on what you do as a coach, on what you do as a trainer. Because there's way too many people out there, quote unquote, doing the same thing. So you have to be able to sell people on the dream and the outcome that they have, and you give them that dream back to them, and you promise that dream. Now, is 100% of every person who's going to go through this going to get that dream outcome? No, it's not. But that's a potential dream for the type of person that's going to connect with you. And here's what I would invite you to do. This goes next level. What similarities does your story as a coach have with this outcome right here? And what you want to do is you want to marry those two together. Your story and your potential client's story, marry the two together so that you can then bring people in and create the dream ultimate outcome that they have. I'm starting to see this even happen in our coaching business. Is, a lot of people, very smart, very intelligent coaches, but they overanalyze, are over analytical of the whole process. Guess who dealt with that themselves? Myself. Way too over analytical. I have had to remove that part of my brain that was a good part of what made me powerful, not so successful when it comes to this business of coaching and mentoring. Because I would ruminate and spend hours and days and months coming up with all the best ways to do things, but I would never take action. And so what we're finding is that I'm encouraging people as they start to see how we take action, how we put stuff out there, it's encouraging others to do the same as well. Okay, so what I do is then I filter this back through. And what I like is I use this expert sales letter copywriter prompt right here. And this is kind of a big prompt. But what it does is it filters it in a way that it knows how to write great sales letters. Do nothing with the above info until I give further instructions. Do you understand? I'm actually going to add that to the bottom of this because that's really an important part of this prompt. Is for it to do nothing with the above info. Okay. So now what we do is we're going to tell it, write a sales letter for a free 4-week, or it doesn't even have to be free, for a $47 4-week yoga and fitness training class. Whoops, my cat is walking on my keyboard. Based on the above in a conversational, informal tone. Specifically follow this format. Are you tired of issue problem? I know what it's like. I've been there too. Empathy story. And then give an invite to the class. And then I have it write it twice. I have it rewrite it in the tone of Sandy Krakowski. Which, by the way, if you don't know why we do that, is because it's actually trained on all the content that we did with my mom, with Sandy Krakowski. And a lot of those sales letters I even wrote myself. And so the way that I would write a sales letter, it produces it very close to when we use the tone of Sandy Krakowski. Are you tired of feeling stressed and out of shape? I've been there too. I can help. Struggling to stay motivated, to stay fit. Trust me, I know what it's like. Just years ago, I was in the same boat. Juggling work and family and personal commitments left me feeling overwhelmed and unable to prioritize my health and well-being. I knew something had to change. I needed a solution that was flexible and effective. Then I stumbled upon yoga and fitness training. It completely transformed my life. I want to share with you this experience, introducing a 4-week program to regain control of your life and your energy levels. Okay, so what this is doing is this is writing sales copy right here that we could use for a sales letter. You might be saying, again, you haven't showed me yet how to do Facebook ads. Well, I'm going to show you. To make your Facebook ad, you have to have the sales copy for your landing page written first. Okay? Because they have to be directly connected to each other. They have to match each other. Okay? Tired and out of shape? I've been there too. Feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, like there's no time for fitness. Oh, honey, I feel you. I've been right where you are, and it's no picnic. But you know what? I found out a way, and now I'm on a mission to help you do the same. Yes, you heard that right. It's a rockin' program. You'll get customized training, weekly sessions. All right? So that's a good baseline as far as for an offer or some kind of a coaching program or a 4-week program that you're doing with that type of language. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say convert the above to PAS copy. Are you struggling with overwhelming stress, finding it hard to stay in shape? You're not alone. I was like you. Caught up in a never-ending cycle of exhaustion. The constant stress and neglect was taking a toll on my mental health, leading to burnout, decreased quality of life, and we all deserve healthy, energized life. That's where the 4-week program came in. It was a game-changing program to find inner peace, all for just $47. Perfect. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say convert the above to a Facebook ad. Transform your life in just 4 weeks. Struggling with stress and finding hard to stay in shape? You're not alone. Discover the 4-week yoga transformation program that will conquer your stress and improve your fitness. For just $47, you'll get a customized plan, weekly live sessions to guide you through, and access to a supportive community, mindfulness and stress management techniques. Don't let stress and poor health control your life any longer. Click the link below to take steps forward towards a happier, healthier, more balanced life. Okay, so you could actually use this as the Facebook ad copy, the language for your Facebook ad. And that's the process that we use to write all of our Facebook ads. Is we filter it through there, we work on what our sales letter is, what our offer, and then we filter it down into having ChatGPT write our sales copy. We also have this one right here, video ad script for Facebook and Instagram. And we have it actually generate a video ad. Are you struggling with stress, finding it hard to stay fit? My name is so-and-so. I've been doing yoga and fitness for 10 years. I've helped thousands of people like you transform their lives. I put together a 4-week program that's going to help beginners just like you. With this, you can conquer stress, improve your fitness, find inner peace. Don't wait any longer. Click the link, register now. And in fact, let me edit this real quick. Video ad script. Make conversational, informal, and persuasive tone. That's going to make it slightly better. Let's try that. If we do it in a conversational, informal, and persuasive tone. Are you feeling overwhelmed with stress and struggling to stay in shape? What if there's a solution that you could do that would change your life? I've been helping people just like you for years experience health and rebalance and regain control of their lives. I've helped hundreds of clients experience this even when they thought it was impossible. And I'm excited to introduce you to this program. So I actually like the other version a little bit better. So you can try it out by removing the conversational informal tone tag or not. And see which one does better for you. So this is how we come up with our ad creative, for our scripts, for all of that, for what we're doing. Now, what's converting best for Facebook ads is we're not sending people straight to a paid offer. It costs significantly less in Facebook ads to get somebody to sign up for something that's free, to get them on your email list, and then you can make offers that cost money to them once they're on your email list and retarget those people. And so what we do is we recommend getting people to join you for free virtual events, whether they be a free webinar, a free one-day training, kind of like I'm doing on Zoom right here, like I did this yesterday on Saturday. I'm recording this on Sunday, right? Or this free 5-day intensive May 8th through the 12th, 2023 right here, okay? And so it costs a lot less to get somebody to join something like this than to send them straight to a paid offer. Now, could you do a pre-recorded masterclass? Sure. However, the results of pre-recorded versus live are usually about 15 to 20% of what live is. You'll actually see an 80 to 90% drop in your sales just by doing it pre-recorded overall. Could you do a free ebook? Sure, you could. I notice everybody who does a pre-recorded or does an ebook, they're still eventually moving somebody to some kind of a live experience. And that's where you can really make a connection with your prospects, the right qualified people with you. And that's where we're closing the most amount of sales and we're seeing the most amount of sales come in our businesses. So you're going to want to make sure that you have an offer that connects with people. And that's why what we're helping people the most with is launching and scaling their coaching offers, creating an offer that directly speaks to what somebody wants, connects with buyers, and converts them to sales. And so if you're wanting to start, grow, launch, and scale your six-figure group coaching, that's what we help people with. That's what we're going to help you with. That's what we help you with on these trainings. That's what this podcast is dedicated towards. And so if you're running Facebook ads, that's our process that we use to actually come up with and write our ad copy using ChatGPT. And you can basically duplicate exactly what I just did on your own. And you'll see an increase in the results in your ads specifically. Something that I love to do a little bit, and I call it just kind of playing around with the algorithm a little bit, is there's a third layer to this that I'll do, and this is just more of an advanced thing, is I'll go through and I call it tossing the ball around with ChatGPT, to where I'll go through and I'll run the same prompts a couple of times. So now that we've done that, I'll go through and I'll run this again on the pain points. And what I'll start to do is I'll copy them to a separate document, and then I'll start to tag which ones really, really speak to what I know is specifically what I solve as the solution to somebody, what I can help people with, and then I copy that to a separate text document or a Google Doc on my computer, and then I'll bring that back into ChatGPT and have it process what I call the best of the best. So what it is ChatGPT is generating all this text here. On this page now, we have a lot of text going on this page. There's a lot of different pieces of text. But what you'll notice is from the output of the text, I have people, and the exercise might take about 10 minutes. I'm not going to do it right here. But what I recommend you do is you go through what it's generated and you copy and paste whatever really stands out to you that's relevant to your clients, to the problems you solve, and the promotion that you're wanting to do. Copy that into a text document and then reprocess that through the same process that we just went through, and it will like 5 to 10x improve your results, because you're just taking the best of the best and feeding that into it, and that's really going to help you dial in your sales copy even more. And so what I tell people to do is iterate with ChatGPT. Don't just take the one single output that it has. Start to edit it, start to tune it, start to tweak it a little bit, and it will pay you dividends. Okay? Listen, if you want to learn more about growing a coaching business, getting more clients, that's what we help people with. Stay plugged into this podcast. Listen through the different episodes of this podcast. Stay plugged into my YouTube channel, my social media profiles, and make sure to join us on one of the live events that we're doing. That's where we bring the best, most cutting-edge content to you. And if you want support, guidance, accountability, and a community of people that are growing and building their businesses together to get results faster, join the Client Growth Accelerator when the doors open to it. Make sure that you get on the waiting list. We can't wait to have you in there. All right, everybody, grow your life. We'll talk soon. Have a good one.